Hi guys, it's your Thursday girl here. This week talking about social media and how it has helped us with Lex's transition. I know there's a lot out there as far as YouTube videos and various online outlets. But one thing that I have found particularly helpful have been movies. It wasn't anything that I thought of before I had gotten into a relationship with Lex, but there's a lot out there in the way of movies that covers more sensitive topics of being transgender and how that affects the people around you and how society reacts to it. And they address these topics in a way that's a little bit easier to digest for people that are more out of the know about being transgender or being with someone who's transgender. And it has helped me definitely in that my family wasn't necessarily very open to the situation. My mom had guessed that Lex is trans before I had even opened my mouth. So she already knew. He didn't out himself. I didn't out him or anything. And them being really religious people, they were very hesitant. And my sisters were just plain ignorant, had no idea, and so I got a slew of odd questions from them. But I digress. In a way for me to help explain to them and to just also, connect with Lex and with others around us, we tend to look at movies. And there's been two movies in particular that I can think of. The first one is called Tomboy. It's a French film with subtitles about a 10-year-old who goes by the name of Michael or Michelle. And you can only guess what the premise is. But it was a very, very difficult movie just because it's a little bit more raw. It's, it shows the more negative aspects, I guess, or a cultural reaction that's not as open or welcoming. But it was a very good film, though, in that it shows so much of the struggles that young Michael goes through in feeling like he's in the wrong body and wanting to be shown as a male. So that one I found to be very helpful. That one I actually showed my parents. They were a little weird about it at first, but by the end of the movie, they just kind of gave me an awkward nod and said, okay, well, that was good, which is probably the best I can expect. And then the other movie is called Albert Nobbs, and it stars Glenn Close, and it takes place more of turn of the 20th century, and it shows the struggles of someone being in the closet to a degree of the term of passing and living this life but not being able to be proud of it. And I don't know, it's very interesting. There's a funny story about this one. As soon as I saw a preview for it, I saw a preview in a like an independent movie theater for like indie films, and I immediately said I have to watch this movie, and had to wait until it came out on video. Of course, Redbox didn't have it, Netflix didn't have it, so we had to go to the only Blockbuster that still existed in all of San Diego to find this movie. We get there, and I'm like, oh, well, I just gave away my DVD player, but I have a Blu-ray player. Let's get the Blu-ray. No big deal. We'll watch this movie. Guy looks at us at the counter and says, this is Blu-ray. It doesn't play on DVD. I'm like, yeah, I only own a Blu-ray. It's fine. Whatever. And we take it and get all the way home and find out that I don't have the remote for the Blu-ray player, and it refuses to play without the remote. So we have to sheepishly drive back to Blockbuster because I was so dead set on watching this movie. And Lex is rolling his eyes the entire time. We get there, and I have to ask the guy to trade it for a DVD, and the look he gave us was pretty priceless. But we did get it, and we ended up having to watch it on our laptop. And so we're all smushed in, trying to struggle to watch it and keep the screen tilted the right way so that we can see it. But once the movie started, it was phenomenal. I've never seen this happen before. In all the time that I've been with Lex, he is super ADD. He can never sit through any movie ever. And he usually has to get up within 5 minutes and start doing dishes, or he'll start playing on his phone or something. He can never watch a movie all the way through. This movie, though, he was so enthralled with it the entire movie that he wouldn't even put up with me saying a word in it. I tried to comment on something, and he's like, just look at me like I'm crazy for talking during this movie. He was so focused on it. It was amazing. Just goes to show you the kind of movie that it is. But yeah, it was even better than I had expected it to be. And it was, yeah, I don't even know any other way to explain it. It was phenomenal. Definitely recommend seeing both of those. It's not quite the same as, hearing or talking to or watching videos of people that are going through things real life right now, but the dramatization and the way that it's portrayed just really, really breaks it down to the very emotional aspects of, being transgender and the struggle of it, and also the interactions that you have, the real life interactions with everyone around you and how they react to it. And yeah, it's just definitely worth it, I would say. But yeah, watch those movies and see what you think. Tell me what you think. I would love to hear. But yeah, that's about it. So have a good night and day and week, and I will catch up with you later.